All right, here we are again with beekeeping in Texas. So we have a little job to do. So as you can see, these bees are probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames, and that's it. So what we're going to do, and they're a very low population, so we're actually going to move them into the 6-frame nuc. Now, hive maintenance, or what space you have for them, is important, because say it gets cold like it did 2 nights ago and we had a hard freeze, and they don't have, or they have too much space to heat, their brood is going to die because there's too much space for them to heat. This is a comb I actually put in here to help them out. There's one, and you want to go in order. So the left one goes to the left. Just make sure you can see this okay. Left one goes to the left. This next one is going to go next to that. And it's going to be like 72 degrees today in February. You can see how low of a population. When I actually got to this hive, they probably had this many bees and a queen. That was it. So I'm bringing these ladies back from the brink, which, I mean, I've actually had very good luck with. I actually I just did a test because I saw all these guys with mating nucs, and I just like to experiment. And they were like, well, you take the queen out and then you do all this stuff, and you just leave the mating nuc alone. Well, what if there's the queen right there. So what if you cut the comb out of the mating nuc and put it onto some frames, just see, will they fill an entire hive from a mating nuc? And they did. So you can see what low populations we're working with here. This is great for a nuc, not great for a 10 frame. And I wish you could see how many bees are just streaming in to get this. Okay, girls, you gotta move a little bit. Roll it down like that, and everything should be fine. Try to scrape any food I can on the inside. And they are just streaming in with pollen. And then this one was the other one I brought over, full of honey. So they're not short on honey, but they have no pollen. I've been feeding them pollen patties, but they might stop taking it soon because they are just absolutely shoved full of pollen at the moment. All these girls coming in. So we'll have to see what happens. I don't really want that. on the edge there. Okay, there's that. So now here comes the fun part. All these girls, this is their hive, and now it's gone. So I'm going to tilt it up. Oh, this got heavy. I'm going to put that there, and immediately they go, oh, our hive's back. And they start running in. Okay, so that's that. Let's see if we can coax some of these ladies to go back into their hive, because okay, they left. Hopefully they know where their hive is. I mean, they need as many bees as they can get. Honestly. This frame. So they're putting pollen. Yeah, a little bit. Gently shake them off. Need as many bees as they can get. Let's put this cover on. And this is why you want to do this when it's not so I closed it off a little bit so that they, if you can get back a little bit more, so that they would not have robbing. Just a small entrance up top should be all they need. They'll find it eventually. But you can see just how many. I'm not stand right in front of the hive. But you can see how many of them have pollen on them. I didn't smoke them at all. That's a very gentle hive. That's why I'm trying to propagate them. Just extremely gentle, but they do well. See, they're finding their way. Let's see if I move. Let's see if they all crowd in. Yeah, see, they didn't like me standing there. You see how many are there now. That's why people tell you not to go in front of the hive. They're finding it. You can see how adaptable they are. I mean, and now they'll use that top entrance instead of the bottom one. They're so weak, I really didn't want to have to deal with them and have getting robbed out. So this really is a good solution. All right, so let's, now we have these frames to do with. But yeah, there you go. So moving, condensing from a 10 frame to a 6 frame. These are called Lyson Nucs. They're very good. I like them a lot. I actually use them. I used a B-Max hive in Alaska, which is basically a Lyson. A little thicker though, of polystyrene. And yeah. So here's what we'll do. We'll flip this upside down. That should prevent anyone from getting in while we do this. So while we're here, let's check a bottom board. hive beetle. I don't really see mites, so that's good. Excellent. Not that I would treat for them anyway, but it's kind of a good thing to know what you're up against. You know, if you have a ton of them, then maybe you can cage the queen for a little while they you know, get a little brood break. That should really decrease your mite count. There are other ways than treating. I think treatment free is the way to go as far as chemicals. I'm not one of those people that, you know, hey, to each their own, but I'm not one of those that treats with chemicals. And I do feed. A lot of the treatment free people don't even believe in feeding. I'm not one of those people. I think you have to feed them. If they're going to starve, feed them, or else you're going to have, you know, problems. Kill dead bees off. Don't need dead bees, do we? Trying to be aware of my camera angles here. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna leave the frames in it, but I will put this back over here. Let's see if there's another hive that might need the frames. This hive died out, unfortunately. So see my straps. Some people were asking, you know, where do you put the straps? So I have a cinder block with two 2x4s, 4 feet in length, so they're not overloaded with weight. I mean, hives can get several hundred pounds. So you don't want one 2x4. You know, two 2x4s, 4 foot length has been perfectly fine for me. You know, you don't put it on the edge. You can see over here, the edges come all the way to the outside. You can put 2 hives on there easily. That's a 2x12, I think, that I just found laying around. So that's why I got it there. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna put this hive over here, take the frames out, and then we should be good to go. Oh man, someone crushed my cup. Here I was going, a cup will be fine. Yeah, sure. All right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.